Being an independent musician can be really, really time consuming. You have to write music, record music, maybe mix and master music, think of a brand, be on social media. So why would anyone do that? I wanted to find out, so I asked 5 independent musicians that exact question. Why do you do this and what is your drive? Let's find out what they told me. All this stuff that you've talked about, it takes quite a lot of time playing around with your guitar, making up songs, progressing them, advancing them, going for a walk with the dog, listening to your music, almost editing yourself, recording, mixing, thinking about concepts and artwork and titles and all that sort of stuff, let alone sort of try and make anyone in the world aware that you exist and that might want to listen to this sort of stuff. Why do you do all that?
I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's more like, why not? Something just kind of motivating, I guess. I've always tried to understand like the why behind it. And I can't really think of like a reason other than I just have like this kind of undefinable drive to like do it.
What makes you walk through that door and do it again the next day after you've had a not so good time doing it the day before, maybe?
I don't have shit else to do. No, I'm kidding. Like I said, it's kind of this undescribable attraction to picking up a guitar, playing it, and then knowing that I can record something. And then I guess that's that feeling of like when you hear the thing come together for the first time, or like when, as you're going through different phases, like when you first like nail that riff perfectly and then you double track it and you're like, oh, that sounds really good. And then, or like when you mix the drums and you're like, oh, damn, this is good. Seeing like the stages of like something get improved and just start to come together. I think that's where the reward is.
So why do you do this? What's your drive?
I do it because it's a creative outlet for me. It's a way of like making space for myself to be authentic and to express my frustrations of what's going on in the world and frustrations in my life, but also like a way to acknowledge the good that's still happening as well, and just to create something beautiful. I do it because it also makes me feel good. And
Erin, what about you? Why do you, I don't know, you obviously do other musical bits and pieces too, but why do you do all this, right? The time, the money, the energy, what's it mean to you?
Well, for me, like, I don't consider myself much of like a talker. I'm very much like an internal processor, and for me, like music has always been that safe space for me to like feel and process things, and also like expressing myself. I feel like I can channel and express my emotions more through playing something sometimes than trying to verbalize it. So selfishly, like that's part of it. But then also like, I just love and I'm so passionate about music. Like it's everything to me. All of my closest friendships in my life are people that I have met through music and through shows in the community. So just, wanting to be a part of that and wanting to create that space for us to be able to connect with other people, and hopefully providing music that can do that for someone else's life is like mind blowing.
can I add one more thing?
Lauren, you can say what you want. You don't have to put your hand up either. So go for it.
It just what Erin was saying maybe reminded me of like another thing that is like a driving force to like why we're doing our serious hobby. But like representation matters to us, and like not saying we want to be like the poster child or like the face of women in music, because obviously we're not the first women to be doing this music, but I believe it's important to keep the representation going, to keep we have like a foot in this genre, and that will hopefully inspire or like younger girls seeing us, or even people who are like non-binary or identify in like their own way. They're seeing other people taking the platform of owning their creativity and expressing it, no matter what other people are saying or what other people think. We're still a part of the movement of everyone should have a place in music.
So look, you're a busy lady in your day-to-day life, day job. You seem to be like traveling around all the time as well. So you're super busy in that, which is awesome. You're in multiple different bands and projects musically as well, having guitar lessons. You've got an electric drum kit you're going to start learning on. You'll probably be smashing that in 6 months. Why do you do it? Because it would be probably at times a lot easier to just not bother, right?
That's a good question. I do it for fun. So I don't want it to be a task or like something that I feel like I have to do. And if I'm too busy, I don't have to do it. Like I don't really have pressure to release more things or keep up with anybody, or, it's just for me and it's just for my fun, and hopefully some other people enjoy it too. For example, the last few months since coming back from Dubai, I've been really busy with work and traveling a lot. And I haven't been able to play. And I'm a little bummed about that, but it's like it goes in seasons. Sometimes I'm busy and sometimes I'm not. So when I'm not busy, I can take advantage of playing music as my hobby and something that I enjoy doing. And in the busy times, I just take a break. So, yeah.
Why do you have a thirst for knowledge, for learning, and for pushing yourself across multiple fronts all at the same time?
I think that stems from the band that I had played in that never released any music. I think I saw it as, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I have to do it myself. And if I'm going to do it myself, I'm going to do it right. So let me figure out the best way to do this, the easiest and most efficient way to do this without having to bring in other parties.
Yeah.
So I'd say that would be my most well-rounded answer for that.
Yeah.
The fact that I just wanted to be the go-getter and just do it myself and not have to wait on other people.
What does that look like in reality? So, the writing process, recording process, all the processes through to releasing it and everything you do post-release. Because that's not, you say the easiest way to do it. It's by far from easy, right?
Yeah, it's not an easy process.
If you want to see any of the other Meet the Musician episodes in this series, then I'll link some here. And of course, if you would do me the pleasure of subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications, then I'd love to see you here back on the channel in future. Thank you for watching.